Hi, it's Dan Cox, author of the short story collection called A Bigger Piece of Blue. This is remote reading number 54, and it's starting to snow a little bit, and if you don't mind, I don't mind either. I'm going to read you a little bit of the story called Things I Wish I Didn't Know. And this is a story about a man named Clay, a guy in his mid-50s. He's got a farm, he's got a wife, he's got a dog named Bucket. And this scene that I'm going to read to you happens in his barn, Clay and Bucket. Clay's working through a problem with his wife, the upcoming unwelcome visit of her former lover and the father of Clay's stepson. So this is Clay working through it with Bucket's help in the barn. Goes a little bit like this. Scents in the barn, the ancient dust of neglected places, rain sweet and close, acrid feces of various vintages and species, wet dog, feed grain with a richness that tickles the instinct to chew, mild mildew from everywhere, the roasty promise of coffee not long from the pot, intoxicating cigarette smoke not long from the glow, and the scent of much younger Liz, one of the many reasons Clay had to give it a go with the unwanted company. All she ever had to do was mention the man's name. That's all it took. Never mattered where they were or what they were doing. Never mattered how good a mood Clay was in or how entranced he was by his wife of 23 years, the former Elizabeth Jenkins, the small-time ice skating star who nearly went Olympic. When he heard that name, when Liz said that name in conversation, it never mattered how innocent it all was or how meaningless. Clay tightened inside. It stopped him cold every time. A tiny ice dagger well thrown from the unchangeable past, damn sure to stick and trickle invisible blood. Another punctured lung, inhaled pain. I just don't know what to make of those fancy pants boy skaters, Bucket, said Clay through a cumulus puff of smoke. Don't relate to it, to the whole idea of it. Never did, never will. Bucket looked into Clay's eyes with full canine compassion. Now, girls on ice, that's something else. That's where it's at. Bucket tapped Clay's knee with a paw, agreeing. Clay scratched Bucket behind the ears. Seems like you're the only one, Clay said. His mind drifted off like smoke, finally alighting on that big fight from years ago. The bad one. The one he should have known to avoid. But no, Clay had tried to make his case about how hard it was to be a proud man when your wife mentions men from her past, as if it was a topic he should be happy to embrace, as if he should be as comfortable as she, and just as inclined to relive anecdotal moments that he'd rather she left unshared. He'd never seen Liz so angry, so ready to end it all on the strength of her righteous point of view. He remembered how she mocked and eye-rolled his point of view, disemboweled it with her table-turning logic. And that's when Clay realized the full-moon truth about the two of them as a couple, that she was stronger inside than he was. Things I Wish I Didn't Know from the collection called A Bigger Piece of Blue. Appreciate you taking the time to listen and to watch, and I hope you do again. We'll do more of these down the road. And in the meantime, stay warm. Long live short story.